Rachel, and welcome to this week's episode of NBA 2K TV. On this week's episode of NBA 2K TV, we're at Terminal 23 with Carmelo Anthony for his exclusive event. We recap last weekend's rival day, vote for your top plays of the week, and Scott has some winning tips for 2K Pro-Am. Today, I'm at Terminal 23 where Carmelo Anthony has some exciting news for you. 2K TV was invited to New York City to spend a day with Carmelo Anthony for
It's a light day in the NBA, just 4 games on a Sunday. This year Express tour through the association called the Fast Break. Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith. For tonight's game, we'll be watching the Golden State Warriors as they go up against the Pistons in Detroit. Looking at the Pistons, they're not satisfied with over the last 10 games. Under 500 basketball, just not good enough. Looking to improve tonight. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities that make a great teammate?
Well, you want to play with guys who care as much about the game as you do, a guy who puts the team first, a guy who gets you involved, a guy who has the same dreams and aspirations that you have about the game.
Well, that name sounds like Kobe Bryant to me. And I could put them at the same time, where we could.
Welcome to the Palace of Auburn Hills. We're in suburban Detroit, the home of the Pistons, where we'll be broadcasting today's game live. Welcome to what should be a great Saturday night for the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. You look at Golden State. They're hoping they can carry over some of that momentum from their undefeated homestand.
And you'd expect nothing less from the defending champs. They've taken every team's best shot, withstood the scrutiny, and approached the playoffs here with the utmost confidence.
And with that said, a very legitimate chance now to hoist the trophy again at the end of this season. They've been to the mountaintop. They know what it feels like, but it's never easy to repeat.
Now Golden State's starting 5. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots, and it's Rush in at the 3 spot. Steph Curry does so many things well, Clark, on the floor, but one area he had struggled with was turning the ball over.
Yeah, and after a slow start, Kevin, to the year in the turnover department, Curry was able to slowly right the ship.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
Here's Drummond, just 2 to shoot. Good D by Thompson. And so it's Golden State with it. It's a 3-point game. Their last game a win against the Lakers, looking to carry it into this one.
Yeah, the bench production in that game was terrific. Points from multiple sources.
Yeah, everybody that stepped on the floor played and made a contribution, and that's always a positive thing.
Jackson, that's good.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Curry kicks to Bogut. The dish to Thompson. He feeds it to Green. And stolen by Ilyasova. Outside Jackson. Out to Morris. And Detroit again with the ball.
You know, I think when you've got somebody that open on the perimeter, a good shooter, the kick-out's the only choice.
Curry against Jackson. Looking to end the run. And Jackson with the block. Caldwell-Pope passes to Jackson. He dishes it to Drummond. Morris outside. Back to Drummond. Just 5 to shoot. Draymond Green with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look. And guys, one thing that we were treated with last year was Steve Kerr's great quotability in post-game interviews and pressers. He said all the right things and deflected praise like a coach who had done it for many years.
And Kerr is so good with the media because, Greg, he was a media member himself for so long. You know that as well as anybody. Clark, I don't think he ever tried his hand at broadcasting, though. I can't see him doing that, could you?
Yeah,
I know.
Right. He probably just drone on as a broadcaster and would rarely contribute anything of note. Some guys have what it takes to call games, and Steve just doesn't quite scratch me as that kind of guy.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Nice work to get it inside and drop contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throws.
And guys, how about Ilyasova last season shooting the basketball? Always a decent threat to score. His improvements in efficiency were amazing. He increased his field goal accuracy from 41 to 47% in only 1 year.
Now here's Barnes. He picked up 12 points in their last win against the Lakers.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Jackson kicks to Morris. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. 14 feet away, misses off the right iron. And we were talking about Ilyasova. There's a reason his field goal percentage went up last season. It wasn't necessarily better shooting. It was probably better shot selection.
And I think the scheme played to his strengths. Lots of ball movement, penetration, kicking out to open spot-up shooters. Ersan showed us that's his kind of game.
Here's what Detroit's going with right now. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Ilyasova. Johnson, he's checked in for Morris. And it's Jennings in for Reggie Jackson. Here's Barbosa following the basket by Brandon Jennings. Azili dishes to Barbosa. And another three for Golden State.
Well, with a dead-eye shooter like him, it takes more than average defense to put a stop to it. It takes great defense, and even that might not be enough.
And he gets the bucket. Jennings has got his second basket of the game.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Warriors trail by 3. Now we'll go to Doris Burke, who had a chance to talk with head coach Stan Van Gundy.
Kevin, we've talked at length about how they plan to contain this excellent offensive ball club. He said, you know, our opponent changes, but our principles stay relatively constant. It's all about denying the high percentage shots, the layups, free throws, and open three-pointers. If they're hitting contested jump shots, you just have to tip your hat to them. Kevin, a sound strategy.
Thanks, Doris. That's a potent offense they're up against right now, and they know it.
And that's why they've got to be ultra-focused at the defensive end right from the tip.
And I have no doubts that they will be. As bluntly as Coach put it to Doris, I'm sure he was even more blunt when he was talking to his guys.
To the inside, knocks it loose. And it's Baines missing.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job. It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run.
Here's Tolliver, and it falls over the rim and in. 26 seconds left in the first. Here is Livingston. 17 points in his last outing. Azili kicks to Livingston. And now the Pistons fast break. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
Guys, their free throw shooting has slipped a bit since last year, but not really to the point where they should be overly concerned about it.
From deep, Iguodala. No good on the buzzer beater. And at the end of one, both teams putting up some points. It's Detroit leading by 3. And Steph Curry, a player within the gym range, told us about his comfort stretching the floor.
Anywhere 5-6 feet outside that three-point line, if I have a dribble, if I catch and shoot, if I have a good look, I think Coach will allow me to take that shot. And it's tough to guard, especially when you see a couple go in. That basket gets a lot bigger.
I was going to say, Greg, how big must that hoop look to Steph Curry? And tough to guard might be the understatement of the day.
I mean, he is just an insanely great shooter. I mean, arguably, I don't think there's an argument. He's the best shooter in the world. The argument is whether or not he's the best shooter ever. And listen, I can imagine there's very few times that Coach Curry is not going to allow this splash brother to let her in.
Either team able to build much of a lead up to this point as we start the second quarter. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Detroit.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And Golden State looking at who they've got. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson at the guard spots. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Barnes and at the small forward. 0-1 near Jennings as he lets it fly. Nice open look, but it's no good. Clark, remember a year ago, Klay Thompson was the subject of trade speculation, possibly, in fact, going to the Timberwolves for Kevin Love.
Yeah, in the end, the Warriors stood pat, and it was a controversial decision at that point, but I don't think there's any question it was a pretty good move for the Warriors right now.
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
In the corner, Ilya's over with it. Offensive rebound. Here's Drummond. There we go. Now in the scoring column with that make. He is 1 for 4.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident. And the Warriors, also inking Thompson to that 4-year, $70 million extension. A big show of faith on their part, and it's looking like money well spent.
Curry can't get it to go. The Pistons lead it. Jennings with the ball. Now Green defending. Ilyasova inside the line. Another miss by Ilyasova.
And now Klay Thompson with deeper pockets, but never one to splurge. His father taught him well. I mean, his rookie year, he drove the family hand-me-down. He bought his next car used, so his focus is clearly on the game, not the glitz and glamour.
The Pistons have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Morris a screen. It's Jackson with the drive. No good off the pick.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Curry kicks to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And it's a Warrior lead. Of sets, they want to.
Here it is. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now. This shot's just, it's not the... right now with this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Good. Ilyasova's got it all tied up now for Detroit.
Just couldn't get a hand in the face on that one.
That's using what you got. He's got a height advantage, put it to good use there, and got himself a clean look.
Green inside the three-point line, rebounded by Jackson. The Pistons have gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That is his first foul of the game. For the Pistons, Tolliver comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Johnson in for Brandon Jennings. Brandon Rush, who's checked in for Golden State. Iguodala comes in for Klay Thompson. So for the Pistons, their last game a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
And nothing to be ashamed about in that game. It was a great effort, I thought, all around. They just needed to have 1 or 2 breaks go their way.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, both teams I thought played well enough to win the ball game, and yet it doesn't work out that way. There are no ties, so unfortunately they were the ones who came up short.
And Andre Iguodala, guys, one of the most unselfish players in the league. I mean, that unselfishness for me, too, is what was put to a test last season as the former All-Star was asked by his coach, Steve Kerr, to come off the bench for the Warriors. And you know what? He did it without complaint, putting the team first.
Here is Livingston. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And Leandro Barbosa, the bucket on the assist by Livingston. And the Warriors lead by 1. Jackson with it. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Iguodala kicks to Rush. Soft touch off the glass. And it's a 3-point Warrior lead.
That feed by Iguodala, a really good example of his passing ability.
Johnson left side, takes it from 10, and the bank shot is good. Johnson's got his first bucket of the night.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
Dishes to Ezeli. Golden State moving it around. Iguodala no good. It's a neck-and-neck game in Detroit. Here's Baines. He averages about 5 points a game. Good.
And back and forth we go. That bucket gives us another lead change.
Too many of those to count. These teams have matched each other shot for shot, play for play. It has been impressive.
Oh, nice play there to get a hand on that pass and tip it out of bounds.
Just a whisker away from coming up with the steal there.
Iguodala right side. And it's good, assisting on the play with Livingston. And that's now 6 points for Andre Iguodala. Now about 10 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's the screen. Jackson. And he didn't get quite enough under that one.
And with room like that off the pick, you have got to knock that one down.
Well, you know, they did everything right, Greg. They executed. All you want is a good look at the basket. Sometimes the shots just don't fall.
And the call will be against Sean Livingston. That's his first foul. Outside Jackson. Tolliver for three, and he gets it to go. Tolliver's got 5 now. Clarky talked about a back-and-forth game. This is the definition of that.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, not even through the first half, and it's been one heck of a battle.
You have to love these kinds of games, scoring-wise.
And we're through the first half of basketball.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Well, 2 quarters down, 2 to go. Welcome back. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith as we start breaking it down for you. It was a closely contested first quarter for Detroit. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They were outscored by just a bit in the second quarter as they go into the break now holding just a 1-point advantage. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end, because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
Shaq, what are your thoughts on Golden State?
One thing I really like is their pace. Nice and quick. A lot of their buckets came in transition.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Nice game. Great performance by Brandon Jennings.
Just in attack mode, he was able to get in the lane at will in that first half.
Yeah, it really was aggressive attacking basketball at its finest. I mean, really a lot of fun to watch.
Jackson and Caldwell Pope, the guards. Marcus Morris is out there with Ilyasova. And it's Drummond in at the center position. That's the group starting the second half for Stan Van Gundy. The Warriors trailing.
And Detroit with a 32-50 record last season. They didn't have any help from the schedule. They had a total of 22 back-to-back series on the year, tied for most in the league.
Thompson against Jackson. Pass to Drummond. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Drummond's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second one.
Greg, you just said the Pistons had a ton of back-to-back games. 44 were part of their back-to-backs, over half their schedule. Clark, they went 15-29 in those games.
And that's part of the reason why the NBA wanted to examine the schedule. I mean, it was a tough year for the Pistons. It's hard to get any momentum when you're playing that many back-to-backs.
Jackson with it, picked up by Thompson, and it's sent back by Bogut. Rush the pass to Green. Here's Thompson. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And remember Klay Thompson's father, Michael Thompson, a former #1 pick out of Minnesota. Growing up, he was the smallest of his brothers and thereby took his lumps when they played hoops. But he said that challenge helped him to develop into the player he is today.
Drummond the screen. Ilyasova down low. Working on Green. Ilyasova can't hit. Thompson dishes to Curry. And he gets it to go. Curry's got the lead up to 4 now for the Warriors. And Klay Thompson, born into an athletic family. His father, the former #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. And Clark, his mom, was a Division I volleyball player.
And you know, Thompson, despite those genes, was not a highly recruited player out of high school. Grew up in UCLA's backyard, but ended up playing college ball at Washington State.
Now here is Bogut. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Thompson with the bucket.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly better team.
And the Pistons making a change here. Jennings is checked in. The Warriors also with a sub. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for Brandon Rush. Outside Curry. On the wing, Thompson. That three off the mark.
But only the first miss of the second half. They've come out here with authority.
Jennings drives in. Up top, Morris. Here's Caldwell Pope, and another three for Detroit.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Here's Green, and he slams it one-handed.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that.
Drummond sets the screen for Jennings. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from Drummond.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Warriors have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second half. Tremendous efficiency. It's Curry outside, and it goes for the 5th time and 10 shots for him this game.
Hard to imagine them losing this game if they can keep shooting like that.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
It's Jennings with the drive, stolen by Thompson. 3 on 3. Here's Green. Uses both hands to slam it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And, Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
And their last time out against this club, turnovers really did them in. Just way too many mistakes.
Yeah, sloppy play sabotage. They'll have to be much more focused this time around.
For the Pistons, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Ilyasova. And it's Johnson in for Brandon Jennings. Different look here for the Warriors. Lazili's checked in for Bogut. Iguodala comes in for Draymond Green. Leandro Barbosa, he's checked in for Klay Thompson. And it's Livingston in for Steph Curry. There's a good screen. Off the pick. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. And so it's Golden State with it. Here is Livingston, looking for his first basket still in this one. Iguodala outside. That drops, and it comes off the assist from Livingston.
Those are starting to add up. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 of them have been three-pointers.
And clearly, it's about how poorly the defense has played. They've got to close out faster.
Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
And how about Sean Livingston? Just a terrific comeback story. Of course, he suffered that famous knee injury, one of the worst I've ever seen, and he has willed himself back to become a valuable player in this league.
And here's Barnes for 3. The shot will not go. And Detroit the other way now. Over to the left wing. Morris outside. Passes it to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. To end the run. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range. Well, that fast break went according to plan.
Yeah, nice job there, Greg. Recognizing the opportunity was there to push it, and then excellent execution.
There's a screen. Down low. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. For Detroit, they have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. He misses the free throw. Jackson is checked in for Detroit. And he's good on the second. There's 37 seconds left in the third. The pass to Barnes. Down low. Here's Azili. And Baines pulls it down. Pistons trail by 11. Now Jackson. The Pistons shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. The free throw drops for Jackson. And the Warriors making a change here. Full free throw is good from Jackson.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And here is Barbosa. And here's Barnes for 3. Oh, a monumental buzzer beater!
What a thrilling shot for one team and a heartbreaker for the other.
Simply fantastic. Cool as they come. Even kill and flatline that one.
as we get ready to start the fourth quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. Detroit's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Our fourth quarter action underway, presented by Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups. Setting the floor for the Warriors. The Splash Brothers are the guards. Green at the 4 with Bogut at the 5. And it's Rush in at the small forward. Ilyasova. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Ilyasova's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Detroit. Jackson against Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. No luck. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Pistons trail by 10. And there's the feed to Caldwell Pope. Drummond with a screen on Curry. Caldwell Pope kicks to Johnson. Drummond the screen. Jackson drives in. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. Jackson's got it back down to within single digits for the Pistons. Jackson's gone 3 for 7 from the floor so far tonight. Here's Curry. The left. And, well, Detroit shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. And Drummond throws it down.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Mark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Steve Kerr was saying to the team. He said, we are this finishing them off, but the job is not. I don't want to see any let up. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
All right, Doris. Morris is checked in for the Pistons. From 20 feet away. And the Warriors lead by 8.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire. And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Clark, maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
It could be, Kevin. I mean, a dunk like that can sometimes get an opponent reeling. Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Ilyasova sets a screen for Jackson. Here's Caldwell Pope. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
Green passes to Rush. Outside Curry. The 3. Another 3 for Golden State.
There's been a huge discrepancy between these teams and their effectiveness from the three-point line.
It has been pronounced, no doubt about it. Definitely a big factor to this point in the game.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. One guy who's been getting so far.
He just can light him up. Have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
In the break, guys, I love Stan Van Gundy. His message to them was all about percentage shots and having the crisp ball movement on the perimeter that it takes to get those shots. He also said something you don't hear too often from a coach. He told his guys they should have a shoot-first mindset instead of trying to be, quote, too cute with the ball. Likely the final major changes to their game plan as they try to make a late comeback here in the fourth. Kevin, back to you.
And thanks for that story, Doris. Jackson kicks to Ilyasova. That's good, and the Warrior lead is cut to just 9 points on the basket from Jackson.
They've raised their field goal percentage just above 50% here. They actually look like a totally different team than what we saw in the first half. Much better execution offensively.
Green kicks to Rush. On the wing, Thompson. Golden State moving it around. Green dishes to Curry. The three-pointer off the mark.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, you may not be as lucky next time down if you're the defense. You cannot allow him to get those kinds of looks.
Fires it up. They get it back. No good from Bogut. Pistons trail by 7. Caldwell Pope passes to Jackson. Kicks to Caldwell Pope. Here's Drummond. Takes it into the teeth of the knee and converts the layup. Drummond's got 4 this quarter.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Here's Curry. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line. Curry's got 23.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. They trail by 7. 1:22 left to play. Different look here for the Warriors. Vasili's checked in for Bogut. Thompson comes in for Green. Andre Iguodala. He's checked in for Brandon Rush. And it's Barbosa in for Klay Thompson. 1:22 left here in the fourth quarter. And Thompson sends it back. Curry, wide open, finds himself wide open and drills it. And it's a 9-point Warrior lead. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
Contested shots and block shots. They're bread and butter defensively. They're giving up no easy looks.
Yeah, also, they haven't missed a beat in terms of their fast break game. That's been equally as effective all night long.
Kicks to call. Jackson drives in. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Curry can't get it to go. Detroit's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. And Steph Curry with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. And a different look here for the Pistons. Aaron Baines, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. Tolliver comes in for Ilyasova. Johnson, he's checked in for Marcus Morris. And it's Jennings in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. Curry. The shot's good on the assist by Iguodala. And the Warriors lead by 11.
And this is going to be a fantastic result for them. No win on the road comes easy.
Not in the NBA, they don't. And trust me, they're going to take a little extra pleasure in this win, having silenced an entire building of hostile fans.
All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give them any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. Tolliver with the bucket.
Letting a guy sneak by for a putback off a free throw, that is inexcusable.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And it's good.
And they're not finished just yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, not taking any chances, Greg. This is how you close a game out. Textbook.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. They're losing by 10. 19 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Guys, what do you think?
You know, you like the fight all the way to the end, but let's face it, guys, this one's over.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really think you shouldn't be allowed to call timeouts if late in the ball game if there's no chance for it to do any good on the scoreboard.
Here is Livingston. This one for on that one. We see the Warriors taking the game here. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time GA this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, here with Andre Iguodala. And what's the key for you guys to have games like you did tonight as you look to the upcoming games?
The key is just not letting all the outside distractions, get in the way of letting us do what we want to do. So we got to come in and play tough, and guys be ready to play.
Andre, thank you. Kevin, they the noise and just.
All right, Doris. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. Now, in the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Game Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Stephen Curry. The fourth was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another. Let's go to Kenny. What'd you think about his performance?
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
There was nothing they could do to slow him down, Ernie. Man, go into a building on the road and completely control the action like he did, only a few players could do that, Ernie. I'm impressed.
And folks, that's it for us. Thank you for tuning in. Always a pleasure. For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.